What's up, guys? It's your boy Live Purpose back at you again with another banger. Yes, guys, you guys do know I'm an SNR trader, and I think this topic that I'm going to talk about today definitely resonates with a lot of you guys trying to trade this way too, right? A lot of you heard how we should sell when we're at resistance and buy when we're at support and stuff like that. But how do we really know when is the right time to buy? How do we know what's the right process to go with? So this video is basically going to be explaining all of that and everything that you need to know, your guide to trading your SNR zones properly. All right. All right, guys. So basically, where I'm going to start this video from, guys, is more around how we draw our zones, right? Just a quick recap, right? So as we can look at GU right now, we can see that it's going to the downside. So we can look at the current direction is to the downside, right? So that's good. So that's the first thing. We want to know the direction that we're going in, right? Cool. The next point now, we want to go ahead and draw our zones, all right? So when I'm drawing my zones, how you guys will learn on YouTube, or if you learn from like a course that another trader created or whatever, you understand that wherever price access board support and resistance are the area that the market touches the most, those are where we classify our support and resistance zones and stuff like that, right? But for me, I just want to focus on certain points for my support and resistance. So I'll stay on my 4-hour whenever I'm drawing my zones, because usually our 4-hour zones kind of works well with every other time frame, right? Every other time frame. So all I do is quickly, I'll go on my line chart. Let's get this out of the way. I'll go on my line chart. I look at it. I see these points. Okay, cool. These are the reversal points. Let's do this thing. Let's mark these areas off, right? So good. That's the first good thing about it, right? The next key thing is, like, I'm not trying to make this video long or anything. I'm just giving you as it is, right? With our support and resistance zones, 1, we need to know our direction. 2, we need to identify the areas where price access both support and resistance, as you guys see right here. And the next part of the process is understanding your strategy, right? Let's break this down. If you know that you're a head and shoulders kind of guy, whenever you see head, the left shoulder, the head, neckline, right shoulder, where are we going next? We're definitely going where? We're going to the downside, right? And if price creates this neckline and breaks the neckline, we're expecting a retest to then drop, right? So that's the key thing about how I use my support and resistance now. So after already identifying my support and resistance and knowing the direction, because that's going to be key, right? Because I like trading support and resistance with trending markets. So once the market is trending, I'm definitely going to take the trade. Trending meaning price is going higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, vice versa, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, right? So stuff like that, right? So the key thing for me now is to be patient and just wait for a setup, right? And there's no easier way to trade support and resistance. Like, literally, there isn't a easy way to trade support and resistance like this, right? Literally waiting for your patterns to show. And when your patterns show, you just apply the knowledge of what? The areas of the pattern that you need to focus on. So as I said before, I have my head and shoulders. Where's the areas that we're going to pay attention to? Where would our support and resistance areas be on our setup? It would be at the left shoulder, the neckline, and probably at the head. So these are the 3 zones that we're paying attention to. And where do we know we need to take our trade from? The break, when price breaks that neckline, comes back and retests and then drop, right? So this is how I trade my SNRs a lot, right? This is all I do. It's all I do every single day. I I know the direction the market is going in. After the direction, I simply plan my pattern that I'm expecting to see, or if the pattern show itself, I'm gonna be planning my trade because I know what's coming next. And when it breaks those zones and it retests those zones, that's simply it, right? As I said, this video is not going to be a video that I'm teaching you how to trade support. It's more about knowing when to exactly get in. So if these things don't happen, price don't break the neckline going down, coming back up to retest, you like, if this doesn't happen, you don't take the trade. So you like the best way to trade support and resistance, as I said, is basically allowing the market to create those patterns. And when it create those patterns, you want to apply your SNR to that pattern now. And when you apply that SNR, you understand what? When price does that particular movement on the pattern, meaning if price creates that right shoulder and then breaks through the neckline, when it comes back up, you know what? Okay, once the market breaks through a zone, we get a retest. Once we get that retest, the retest sits well also with what? The pattern. So that's how I'm putting them together. And then when I take it from here, boom, I know the sell. Right? So I'm following the rules of what? Support and resistance. And two, I'm following the rules of the pattern. And that's pretty much it. It's not harder than that. The only thing is when you dive deeper in this, let's do it. When we dive deeper in this, let's go ahead and look at this particular area here. When we look at this right here, what do we realize, right? We realize that the market already created what? Those zones we need to pay attention to right here. Where's the next zone? Next zone is going to be sitting right around here, right? And where's the other zone that you see the market reacting at the most? Somewhere around here, right? Somewhere around here. So I have 1, 2, 3 zones that I'm working from, right? So in my mind, I'm saying to myself, what pattern am I seeing right around here, right? The first part of it is I saw that the market dropped, pushed back up, went back down, starting to go up, went all the way up here and then break this area going back down. The moment price went back down, we can go ahead and identify what? Our left shoulder, our neckline, left shoulder sale, the head, and now we're on this side going down. When we're going down and price creates this area still, we did what? We pushed back to where? The upside, just the same. So now this is the area that we're expecting to have our right shoulder. So that's simple, the same pattern. Now, this is me following the pattern, right? Nothing difficult. This is literally me following the pattern. Now we're at the right shoulder, right? After we're at the right shoulder now, what's next? We need that right shoulder to break the area. Now we had that right shoulder pushing down back into the neckline. And then what? Now we're right here, right? So in my mind, I'm saying to myself like, okay, cool. This is the neckline that we really need to break. If we really get this break of this neckline, we're done. We're literally done. We're gonna go all the way down because now our support area right here needs to get what? Broken, price retest, and now we're selling. That's it. That's it. That's it. The only downside to trading support and resistance is you got to learn liquidity, right? You got to learn liquidity, and that's a whole different video. But if you follow the simple steps I just showed you, your process is going to get easier because you're not going to just sell at resistance at buy at support anymore. You're going to what? Draw your support and resistance zones, cool. You're going to identify your trend, cool. You're going to do what now? Identify the pattern that the market is giving you at the current moment. And if you know that pattern and understand how to trade that pattern or a piece of that pattern, you can apply yourself now. You can apply your SNR with your patterns because what? The areas of the SNR the areas that you're going to be trading from are going to be very specific now.
right? You're not just buying at support, selling at resistance anywhere. You're buying and selling at specific spots because those are the spots you want to care about with your pattern, right? The pattern that you love trading, right? So for me, I like trading breakouts, breakout trades, or head and shoulders or double bottoms and stuff. So if I see price dropping into my zone and price did what? Give me a nice W, I know what's next. Price goes up, but I understand that with a double bottom, I know there will be a pullback which creates that new swing low, which, once we create that new swing low, we're going to expect a new swing high. So at this point, the SNR that's going to be created here at this neckline area where the W is formed right here, at this area, I should be expecting a pullback at this SNR to go higher. So that's me being specific, right? Specific. As I said, you're going to have to do a little bit more research into liquidity, but that's the only thing that's separating you from understanding how to trade at SNRs, right? SNRs is all about trading at specific spots, right? Trading your SNR specific spots. I think the probability of you winning a trade will go much higher if you target specific spots of the SNR based on the pattern that you're trading at that point. If you get what I'm saying, right? I saw a lot more success when I traded that particular way. So I hope you guys took some information. Yes, I didn't, go over how to draw zones. I didn't do the whole step-by-step breakdown. What I did was literally give you guys what you need to know for an SNR. What was the rules again? 1, we got to do what? We got to identify those zones, right? We got to identify the direction the market is going in, right? 3, we got to identify the pattern. And then guess what? 4, the area that we're going to identify to take our trades from has to be specific. Those specific points are going to come from where? Your pattern. So that's how you put your pattern and your SNRs together, right? Simple, right? So as I said, I hope you guys love this video. Please like, share,
and subscribe. All right. Thank you.